Avast and ahoy, good day once again to ye mateys. I be Josh the Pirate, and it brings me a staggering overload of delight to once again welcome you to the Humblewood. To my screen right, I've got my hearty crew, the querulous Big Viking Mitch, the quiescent AJ Winters, the quintessential D-Rab, and the quimful Rachel Fuka. And behind the scenes today, we've got the quixotic Vegemite Dangerous. We must also shout out our quirky artist Brepai and the Deck of Many, who are sponsoring this show, as well as Node One Internet, who sponsor the whole damn channel. You can check out their cool stuff that they do. Brepai's art is fantastic and I heartily recommend it. You can currently see Helvig Dewpoint on the screen right there, and he looks very lovely. He needs to be a little bit more silver, but we can look at that. The Deck of Many wrote the book that we are currently sort of maybe following a little bit. It's less and less so all the time, but the fundamentals of the Humblewood are where they are where it came from. And Note Well Internet is why you can hear us. So I need a recap. I need a recap of what happened last ep from somebody, somebody
Jude,
with a
it's my
thick
turn, Jude.
Cockney accent.
Jude never gets to do it.
Jude, you get never. All right,
Jude.
Trish, it's your turn.
Okay. Sorry, Jude.
Jude.
I'm sorry, Jude. We left the hot spring feeling refreshed and rejuvenated and extra fluffy as we headed towards the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
As we walked, we passed some forest prowlers, and Jude drew a lovely picture of them. And we also saw a huge cloud of ember bats flying ahead of us ominously. Further into the foothills, before the mountains, we got an incredible view of Alderheart and of the Avian, Nevermore's fancy magic school. Jude talked about her new magical abilities and how she'd like to learn more from Nevermore and Helvig. And I, as the only non-magic user in the party, smiled and nodded. We kept walking, and Jude noticed she was feeling a little bit warm, but she wasn't running a fever. There was smoke ahead. Me and Helvig's new animal friend, Pia?
Sorry, Trish, correction.
Yes.
Helvig and I.
It's Pier though, Trish.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Helvig, whomst I asked a question of.
Apologies. Continue, Trish, please. It was a good recap. Wonderful.
Rightio, me and Pia stealthed up ahead to check things out. We saw the small village of Crestmarch nestled in the valley, and it was super on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran into the town with my new speedy boots and discovered it was not just on fire, it was infested with a bunch of fire creatures, bats, little evil goblin-looking thingies, and a big fire elemental. 'Twas not good. I hung back, shooting at fire bats while the rest of the group caught up. Jude heard her paladin song in her head, but also coming from the shrine somehow, and ran straight into the middle of town in classic Jude style. So we followed her. A local man with a great accent cast Bless on all of us as we dived into this massive, horrible battle, during which we all killed a bunch of things. I wore Pia as a backpack for a little while, and that was fun.
Pier.
Jude, Pia, damn it!
Helvig, stop interrupting! Trish, please, continue.
You're so fucking rude, Helvig.
Damn it, Helvig, Pia! I wore Pia like a backpack. Jude stabbed an elemental in the groin. It was a lot of fun.
Sure.
Then I got knocked out because I was too stupid to move away from the living fire, but one of the townsfolk brought me back. And then Jude used the first hero coin of the campaign to heal me even more, which was greatly appreciated. Nevermore also used a hero coin to do a shatter spell, but only hit bad guys, and that was also very cool. But don't let him know that I think that. Helvig glimpsed some fireflies inside the elemental before finishing it off with a guiding bolt. And then we killed the rest of the things because they weren't so hard after we got the elemental done. It was like, whatever, we just killed this massive beast. You're not tough, you're not scary. Anyway. Then Jude went to the shrine to sing pray to Gaspard to try and get some healing for the villagers who died. But Gaspard isn't that kind of god, so they stayed honorably dead. Then an unexpected second wave of fire creatures happened, and that was not fun for anybody. Helvig gave Nevermore
I'm sorry, Rachel. I am terribly sorry. It was fun for exactly one person. Please continue.
Fine. It was fun for Josh and nobody else.
Oh my, yes.
Helvig gave Nevermore a crossbow because Nevermore was all out of spell slots, and his fireball doesn't hurt fire elementals, funnily enough. I ended up standing next to Jude to fight the elementals, even though my arrows were magic and would have been a lot better, but I couldn't just leave her. She's my small friend, and I couldn't leave her alone. So we stood there and fought it. And Helvig set a campaign record by dealing 60 damage to the elemental with a nat 20, which was badass.
Yes, it was.
Still didn't quite kill it.
No, it did not.
And then he got big sad vibes from the creature, which really cast a downer on the whole battle. A townsperson, Silver, finished off the elemental, but there was still a shitload of like fire bites and stuff, and it was not good. And then Jude got knocked out, and then I got blinded, and then Nevermore charged in screaming, "Fuck father's rules! Never leave your friends behind!" And that's, yep. And it was great, and he started hitting bats with his staff, which was heartwarming, but a little bit stupid because he did have a crossbow. But still heartwarming. And then Jude crit failed her first death save, so I picked her up and blindly stumbled away from the enemies so that Helvig could heal her. And just as things were starting to look very grim, about a dozen new fighters appeared, firing arrows at the creatures. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
Sure.
And they were led by a burly mapatch with a scar across one eye, and everyone saw it except for me, because I'm still blind. And that's what
carrying
happened.
Jude.
Yes, blind and carrying someone.
Yes, Jude.
I would just like to point out that Jude didn't interrupt, but everyone else did.
Isn't that,
Thank you,
and
Jude.
yeah, you are a better person than the rest of us, Jude, but I think we established that a while ago.
Yeah, that's whatever. Jude. Stop bragging.
I appreciate it, dude.
Humble brag in the Humblewood. Okay. well recapped, Trish. I enjoyed. So I must also remind our keen, discerning, and just gosh darn meritorious audience to please like, follow, and subscribe. We do all the things. We've got our socials. Sari Hannah / Jude Littlefoot / to a certain degree AJ is our Facebook, Instagrammy Bobby Twitter person. So if you want to interact with us on that, that's who you're interacting with. So if you don't like it, that's her. You can blame her, but you probably will enjoy it. Also check out the YouTube. We've got all of our previous episodes on that. You can watch the entire season of Flocks and Fire on the YouTube, with the exception of last week's ep, which will be out, I believe, Friday. And if you want to check it out sooner, you can just check the VODs. Why not? So, ladies and gentlemen, can I actually, boys and girls, can I get you to introduce yourselves? And because you did such a good job on the recap, Rachel, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Rachel Fukar, and I do things like this. And also I have a podcast called A Beginner's Guide to the Occult, which is about a supernatural investigator who's terrible at her job. And it's fun, and you should listen to it. And I'm also around on social media on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Fukar.
Yes. And now, Mr. Mitchell.
Hello, everybody. I'm Big Viking Mitch, and when I'm not getting asthma for the first time in 20 years, or I don't know, I can't think of anything else. I'm shit posts on Twitter.
Meat.
I'm gonna be probably picking up streaming again on Twitch TV. Obviously, it'll be Big Viking Mitch for both things. And tonight I'll be playing Nevermore, the autocorrect, who obviously gets shit wrong and forgets even though he has a perfect memory. Yep. Because some things you can't role play. And a perfect memory is one of them.
Turns out. All right, Mr. D-Rab.
Hi, I'm Dan. You can find me as D-Rep on Twitch chat. I see you guys all the time. And on Roll for Damage's Discord, you should come and hang out. Aside from that, I vanished from the social media dimension and basically am a professional nerd, so you can't find me anywhere. But I do love you all, and you should follow all of these lovely people because they're all nice. And today I'm playing Helvig, full of anxiety and sadness.
Why sadness? What's to be sad about?
you know,
Whatever.
whatever happened.
I feel maligned and hurt. And AJ, it's your turn. And maligned.
Hi guys, I'm AJ. You can find me on Instagram where I keep you up to date with all the creative things that I'm doing, including this show and the show that I DM on Thursday nights, The Academy of Xander. I also have a Fringe show coming out in February and a YouTube channel that I will be starting where I discuss world building, which is going to be super exciting. So that's going to be coming in a few weeks. So stay tuned via my Instagram.
Sick.
So,
And everybody, I am Josh the Pirate. You can catch me on Friday nights over on Game On Australia, where I play in the Eberron game run by our wonderful producer Veg, alongside the dreaded GM, the dead Aussie gamer, and the gorgeous and lovely and wonderful talented Shrogrill. If you enjoy the sound of my voice but hate the face, you can check out my podcast, a podcast that I'm involved with, There Be Dragons, which is a 5e D&D game where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar. Beyond that, yeah, I am your humble DM for this evening, and I'm about to get this shit on the road, a road through the mountains. I also would just like to note that we are freaking close to 2,000 followers on Roll for Damage, which is a rather exciting event for us. And if we get there by the end of the session, we will all dab for you. And I have a chronological chronic aversion to dabbing, so that's how much of a sacrifice I am making. Okay,
I
ladies
have a
and
chronic
gents.
aversion to not dabbing.
Oh, good. Well, one of us is going to be
Same.
really in trouble by the end of this. Okay, mateys. May our spell slots recharge and our last stands be glorious as we venture once more into the Humblewood. So, yeah, the sounds of battle are dying down around you. It's pretty warm where you are. You're standing basically at the center of the town of Crestmarch. It's a small mountain town. The industries are primarily goat herding and mining. And it's a little bit on fire. The western half of the town is basically burnt down at this point. There isn't much left. There's no saving it, really. You're going to have to rebuild, start from scratch on that one. But the eastern half is now, the fires are being brought under control. Rachel gave undersold it a little bit. There isn't dozens of bandits. There are hundreds. They are now pouring into, you didn't know that, so how could you possibly have known that? But you now do. They are pouring into the town. Not all of them are combatants. The army is there, but there is also a significant portion of them are just people who have come to help out. They're putting out the fires. They're restoring the village to, hopefully it won't burn down any worse. They are treating the wounded and helping everybody. They're finishing off the last few fire elementals that are sort of scurrying throughout the town. So I hand it over to you, chaps and ladies. What will you do?
Trish is still blind, right? I will catch up and steer.
Yeah.
Help! What's happening? I can't.
We
my
got
eyes
saved
hurt.
by a bunch of people? Bandits?
Dude's head hurts. Did you
Uh.
die?
No.
Only a little. You're fine.
Only a little.
Yeah, just for a second.
Okay. That's okay.
You're good now. It wasn't permanent.
Halfdan actually comes over at this point. My friends, a great day. You look like you are in need of a little assistance if you pardon me. And then he once again clutches an amulet to his neck and a blue light suffuses the three of you, and you regain Luna's now wolf. Can I get you to Luna's now wolf? I know it's
How
Luna's.
else could you pronounce
Luna's
that?
snow wolf. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no other way.
Can I get you to please roll me 1d6 in chat? It is if you type exclamation mark roll 1d6 all one word. That will give me a number I require, please.
Thank you,
So
Luna's now wolf. Yeah.
That one. So this blue light glows and suffuses all of you, and you feel a small amount of numbers better. Nevermore, what are you doing? Because you were basically a little bit further away from them all.
Look, honestly, I'm, for the first time in a while, quiet. And
Why?
kind of looking off into the middle distance kind of thing, like, you know, that kind of look, the glazed look in your eyes. Yeah, I'm doing that. And I'm close to these three, but I'm not talking.
All right, jolly good. Well, you are. Yes, there we go. There it is. 4. Thank you, Luna. Snow wolf.
You.
That was great. Yes, you all feel 4 better. Actually, no, it'd be 6 because he's got a +2 to his charisma or whatever it is he uses to cast. So yeah, it's now you get 6 better. There you go. Wow, that's even better.
Is Trish still
and-
blinded?
Can I
Yeah,
see?
Trish can clear her eyes relatively easily. It's like you take an action or two, and oh god, it's just dust and muck and smoke, and yeah,
Ugh.
sort yourself out. Clean yourself up, woman.
That sucked. I don't like being blind, guys. Let's
I
never
can
do that
imagine.
again.
Yeah.
I don't think we should charge into things like that again. We had no reason to do that.
We did. We were saving people. Nevermore.
Yeah.
At that point, Silver comes up. Silver, the raptor woman that you, I wouldn't say met, but spoke to yesterday, or the last time you were here, which was like 2 minutes ago, comes up and says, "A glorious day, brothers and sisters. Fantastic work. Thank you."
Half your fucking town's burnt down. How's it glorious?
Because the other half is still standing, as are we. We faced the demons. We destroyed them. And yet we live.
Craze gets
Okay.
hard.
I do, sister.
Well,
I
I'm
would-
glad, I'm
I'll
glad
give
you're
you that.
comforted by that.
Those who died, they died doing what they swore to do.
For glory.
Some they died for that. Some died to save their friends. Can you think of a better reason to die?
For love.
Would that we all had that chance.
What exactly happened here? We kind of obviously showed up.
You showed up at exactly the right
middle,
time.
yeah, in the middle of everything. So,
It's been going on for a few days now, but it's been getting worse. Initially, it was just a swarm of bats occasionally. Got the feeling like it was scouts. Which I know it sounds mad, because they don't think.
Did you do anything in recent times that like maybe would make them, I don't know, just throwing things out there, like maybe angry or sad?
She says, "I'm not the leader of the town, but to my knowledge, no.
Okay.
Though from what I've heard and what we've seen from the other peaks of the mountains, you're not the only town that's been burnt in recent months."
It's definitely the case. There have been others that have suffered attacks. What are the bandits doing?
The bandits are helping people. at the moment. They have formed a strong perimeter at the western edge of the town, a few of them are consulting with other survivors. Olaf is deep in conversation. Olaf, the hedge bard that you met last time, is deep in conversation with a Vulpin woman. She's in the robes of a priest rather than armor, but she seems to. You saw her in combat flinging spells. So she's not shy of a fight, but yeah, they are deep in conversation, and it seems quite animated.
What about the burly Mapatch?
The Mapatch is actually just standing on a cart. It's sort of half destroyed. It's useless for transporting goods anymore. So he's just standing, sort of surveying the whole business. He's not overly far from the other two. Like, he can probably hear Olaf and the Vulpin lady's conversation. But at this point, he's not getting involved. In fact, he seems to be not ignoring everything, but not deliberately not getting involved in anything. It looks like he knows that his people know what they're doing, and he's just overseeing the whole business.
I go and speak to him.
Oh, Jude, no, Jude.
Wait.
As soon as I see you start walking in that direction, is it okay for me to just put my hand on your shoulder, lean forward? Jude, please, can we just talk very quickly between us?
I want to thank him for helping us.
And we will. I 100% say that we will, but we need to make sure that we're all on the same page here. Trish, do you know who he is? Because he looks like he's in charge.
Roll a history check.
Okay. History. Do I know him? Oh, my history's bad. That's good.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah, you know who this is.
Oh, who is he?
Lord.
This is Kral.
No tears for Kral.
Kral is he is one of the leaders of the Bandit Coalition.
Have we ever met? Do I like him? What's his name?
You've never met him.
Okay.
He has a pretty hardcore rep. He's been in the Bandit Coalition, and he's been one of the leaders of the Bandit Coalition longer than almost any other person to hold the position of sort of upper echelon leader. He's been in the job longer than Benna Seridan, and your information a little out of date, but you would assume he and Benna are on level pegging in terms of importance. She doesn't order him about.
Okay.
What's his standing?
On the Benna to Frey evilness scale, where does he sit?
With you, the trick is there's no reason for you to be able to accurately pinpoint that with the knowledge that you possess. Even with a nat 20, I'm sorry, there just isn't. You don't know the inner workings of his mind. What you have heard of him is that is a tough but fair veneer. You know for a fact he hates Alderheart.
Okay.
Like, Benna doesn't trust Alderheart and blames them for a lot of things, but this guy just dead set hates Alderheart.
Going to go say hi.
All right, let's all go together.
All right.
All together.
Well, yeah, we're going.
Wait. Oh, okay.
I'm actually, my hand is like on your shoulder, Trish, and it's squeezing slightly. And I'm just kind of like, it's just a rigidness to Nevermore as he's walking over, following Jude.
He knows we're here. We're going to have to talk to him at some point.
I know, I'm just fucking nervous.
Jude, you wave and he turns and nods.
Thank you for helping us.
That's what we do.
I know. I met a few of you. You're very nice people.
A few of us.
I made a
Bandits.
friend.
I'm glad to hear it. You should, if you can help.
That's very vague. Help with what?
Everybody here is leaving.
Where?
We're taking them to the crest.
Oh,
It's
can
safe.
we come with you?
I would expect you're invited as well.
Okay.
If you can help move people, heal people,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing, that would help.
We'll do that. Thank you.
Yes.
And I gently grab Jude's hand and sort of lead her away, like,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I very quickly walk away as well.
cool.
What?
Okay. I whisper in Jude's ear, it's okay. He likes us. He doesn't need to know everything about us yet. They're going the same place we wanted to go anyway, so we'll just go with this group to go talk to Benna.
Yeah, we got an invitation. I think I did really well.
You did great.
You did. You actually did. I can't believe I'm actually standing back and letting Jude talk, but it did seem sensible at this point in time. You're doing
Jude-
such a good job, Jude. You should be proud
Jude
of
is
yourself.
really good at talking.
You are. You're a negotiator.
Negotiator. Yes.
Yes. Oh, geez, that hurt. Yes.
Does Kral, in that brief instance, did he appear to know more of what's going on? Like, did he feel any remorse that he maybe was subjected these people to being attacked?
Oh, insight the shit out of it, if you like. Yeah.
Did you guys like his voice? He was super vague. I liked it.
Wow. The first two rolls of the day, nat 20s. This bodes well. From what you can you describe to me exactly what it is you're trying to insight here? Because you get a very exact response.
I'm trying to figure out if since he's such a head honcho dude in the bandit coalition, if the bandits did something to aggravate the elementals, and in turn that caused this shit to happen, and now he's feeling like he's responsible into saving them because
No is
Okay.
the short answer. No, he as far as a 22 on your insight can tell you, no, he is not aware of anything that would be in any way why he would be responsible for anything that you can see before you, except the saving of the remaining survivors of the town. This is quite famously actually what the bandits are doing. Like, yeah, they're stealing from people, but they're doing it to do this is the other half of it. And it seems like whilst he's a bit of he seems grumpy and gruff and cold, he's definitely the guy in charge of this, and definitely the reason that it was as successful and quick as it was. Like, Trish would know that his organizational skills are very good. You don't get to be in charge of all this if they're not. In fact, Trish, you would also know the name of the lady, the Vulpin lady from your 19. She is his second in command, his primary lieutenant. Her name is Shyla. And she is sort of the buffer between him and, the rougher elements of Kral, and she's the diplomat of the pair.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And at this point, you notice there is Shyla is the discussion between Shyla and Olaf has now includes Halfdan and Silver as well, and it has become animated to the point of shouting.
Should we go talk to them?
You can hear Silver say, "We shall not leave our home."
I don't think it's any of our business, Jude.
Yeah, I think that's
I think we
not
should probably
ours.
do what we were asked to do, so we don't get looked at and they're like, oh, they didn't do anything after we asked them. So, I'm going to go around and maybe repair people's clothing and clean blood off them and dirt off them with my spells. I don't know about the rest of you, but it seems something I can do.
I do want to. Well, we were told that we should help people because they are going to move right to the crest, but from what we just overheard, maybe they don't want to move to the crest. So I think we should at least maybe eavesdrop on what's happening.
I was thinking that too.
Krish?
Helvig, is there something we could fix within earshot of this conversation? Like, look like we're
At
fixing
this
a car or
point, like
something?
you've had this during this conversation, Kral has actually gotten down from his cart
Perfect.
and moved over to have this conversation.
All right, I'm gonna start map hatch scrounge crafting that cart to fix it up so people can move.
Very well. Helvig, are you helping with that?
Yeah.
So the number of the matter you are, I could do. All right, roll me pair of perception checks, or Trish. Oh yeah, no, it's a pair of perception checks. And Trish, can I get you proficient in sleight of hand?
Am I? I think so. Yes.
Probably.
Yes, I think I am.
A sleight of hand check with advantage.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That advantage is good. Yeah. So you repair it. You get it. It's not perfect. It probably won't last long term, but yeah, you manage to get the cart functional again.
Nice.
In about 2 minutes while you're listening, and you do. Helvig, unfortunately, is too focused on his task. But Trish, and possibly a little bit deafened from the shatter of no more than 10 minutes ago. Trish, on the other hand, who has spent some time to actually clear her senses, does manage to. You get the gist of the argument. That being that Silva, Olaf, and Halfdan don't particularly want to leave, even though they know that everybody else is. They and maybe half a dozen others want to stay because this is the home. You get the impression that these guys are not native to the Crest March, and in fact, there's just a large group of they were refugees, and they all came here together and about doubled the size of the town all at once to work the mine. They've worked hard for it. They've built this town with their own hands, and they really don't want to leave. You hear you eventually at the end, just as you're finishing with the cart, you do hear Kral go, "Fine, stay if you must, but those things will be back, and my people won't." It's
Krish?
like, "I'll only defend people who wish to help themselves." And then he throws up his hands and walks away.
All right.
Toris?
Yes, Jude?
I remember that there was a comment about the bandits maybe taking people to work for them. If these people are being forced to go, or not forced but convinced to go, is that bad?
I don't think so. He's not wrong when he says those creatures could be back, and he's letting the people who want to stay, even if it means they might die. I don't think this is a case of that, but we're going with them, so we can always keep our eyes open for it.
Okay.
Yeah, fair point. Shyla, at this point, walks over to you and says, "Well, you were fighting with them. Perhaps you can talk some sense into them.
Hello.
Would you agree?"
Okay.
Sorry. Hello. I'm Shyla Den.
Cute potato sack.
Nice to meet you. It's an honor. You were quite impressive. Pity about,
Dying.
yeah, well, who hasn't, at least once. And she says, and then she actually stops and narrows her eyes at you and says, "Paladin?"
Yes.
"Oh, I'm a cleric."
It's a paladin.
That's a paladin. She says,
Do you
look.
also follow Gaspard?
"No, actually, I'm a worshipper of Kareth.
Also
but
nice.
I do revere Gaspard. His paladins are noble, worthy men and women. If you could talk some sense into them, you might save some lives. They'll die if they stay here. You, I assume, know that. Once those creatures decide to destroy a place, they don't stop. Trust me when I say I've seen it before.
Do you know what's happening,
give it a
Vin?
try.
Sorry, I'm Helvig. Hi.
Hi. Do I know what's happening? How do you mean?
Well, you said that, like, before, like, they'll come back, like, over and over again. So, like, does this, like, happen before? And, like, do you know what's causing it to happen?
Have you heard of a town called Ashbarrow?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, it happened there. This is the furthest they've ever come, but we were at Ashbarrow. Kral and I and some of the others, we tried to help. We slowed them down, but these things, either there is so many as to be beyond counting, or they just don't die.
Oh my god.
Okay.
They just come out of the scorched grove and they just keep coming. When they've decided to go to a place, they go to a place. This is just the furthest they've ever gone before. I've never heard of anything like this.
What was the ash barrow known for?
How do you mean?
Like, did they grow lemons?
It was a farming community. Yes, mainly orchards, fruit, generally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Some game birds. But there's smarter heads than I have been looking for patterns in this. I mean, this is the Scorched Grove has been expanding and contracting for hundreds of years, but this is different. Every now and again, every 150 years or so, something happens, something bad, but then everything goes back to the way it was. This isn't that, because nothing's gone back to the way it was. We're, 5 years on from the first town being burnt down? And we've lost a dozen more since that started? And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little passionate, but the council hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Bring everybody inside the walls and lock the doors. And that'll help the people inside. Good for them.
I think everybody is scared.
Yeah,
That is something we all have in common.
we do. Except, with the notable exception, possibly, of the Death Seekers over there. So, sorry, it's late. We should be going. If you can convince them to go,
I'm gonna talk to them.
I'd be grateful. Thank you.
Okay. I go over to the townspeople who are refusing to leave.
Yeah.
I come.
It's Silver. Nevermore, what are you doing throughout this as well, actually? Because you've been...
I would be over with those townspeople, cleaning them up and like repairing any tatters, and like if there's blood on them, I'll clean like wound sites so they're not going to get infected with dirt, shit like that. And I'm just generally keeping to myself, but just listening to what's being said amongst them the whole time.
Sure.
Yeah.
They are just congratulating each other. In fact, Silver turns to you and says, "My friend, I would be honored as one who stood beside me in battle with nothing but a stick. I would call you blood brother. Would you accept it?"
What does blood brother entail? Tell me. Are there some sort of legal obligations?
Nothing Oh, she pulls out a knife and says, "Nothing like that," and slits her palm.
You don't want me to cut myself, do you? And then
She's
put my
like,
blood with your blood? Seriously?
"That is my intention."
No, sorry, no. I mean, look, I apologize if it's an insult for me to turn you down, but the logical, intellectual part of me says not to mix blood with somebody else, because that can give you diseases.
You have the prestidigitation spell, do you not?
Fine, whatever. I'll just cut my hand a little bit with it. Just like put my hand out.
This is before you guys arrive. This is why you're talking to Shyla. In fact, can I get perception checks from all three of you?
That fucking hurt.
And
You hear
and she holds it. And she actually pulls out a good berry and smushes it into your palm. And it resolves the whole
Trish.
business. You have a
Dang.
bitchin' scar down the center of your palm now.
That's all right. I'll get Helvig.
Trish, you overheard this conversation, so did AJ. However, Helvig, you did not. Helvig, you are not listening so great today.
I'm fully listening to Shiloh's stuff. I have keys in my head.
That's fair. So you two definitely overhear / see this whole business. And can make of it what you will. And they Nevermore is just getting a little berry rubbed into his palm by his new blood sister.
What's your name?
I'm going to smirk at him as I arrive because this is funny.
Silva Connor's daughter.
Silva. All right. Well,
She
my
says
name.
no.
Ooh.
Yeah.
My name is Mevanor.
Nevermore.
Yes.
It's good to know you, my friend.
Yes, Mevanor.
Nevanor.
Yes, Jude Potato Sack.
May I have a word with you, please?
Yes, I'll be right back, blood sister.
She
Come
nods.
on, Nevermore. Nevermore.
Nevermore.
I know it's difficult, isn't it, Jude? What do you want? Trying to
Jude
bond with the
would like
plebs.
to have a serious conversation with you. Is that okay?
Just me?
Yes.
Of course it is, Jude. What do you want?
You told me not to do the things that my brothers were telling me. You told me to stand up for myself, yes? To be more brave.
Yes, sure. Yes, I did say that.
You encouraged me.
Yes,
So
I did
why-
do that.
Do you do things you do not want to do?
Ooh. Are we talking about the whole cutting my hand thing?
Yeah.
Look, sometimes there's what they call a means to an end. And you see me cutting my hand and shaking hands with Shiver or whatever the fuck her name was over there, giving me all her blood diseases. The thing is, if I do that, then they're going to be more willing to talk to me. They're going to give more information. In the end, it's just a cut to my hand. I didn't want to do it, but sometimes you kind of have to do things for the greater good. Oh God, that was corny.
No.
That's what you guys are always on about. What have you done to me? Doing things for the greater good. What is this bullshit?
Nevermore, you know, you only have to do what you're comfortable with. You don't have to do what other people want.
Everyone's a bit of a hypocrite sometimes.
I'm going to lean down and I'm going to give you a hug.
Aw.
Love you, Jude. Thank you.
I'm sorry you didn't want to become blood brothers with Silva Connor's daughter.
I didn't want bird AIDS or whatever the hell she had.
Wow, of all the problems to have with that particular idea.
Bird flu. Yeah, bird flu.
Bird flu.
There we
No.
go. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So
I-
Trish and Helvig. Trish and Helvig.
Kill
While
me!
While this
Yeah,
conversation
what?
is going on, you've just had. You can prestidigitate it clean, and then you know that this would work. Your knowledge of magic is sufficient to know that this would resolve any diseases you just caught.
Wow, thank you.
Trish and Helvig, what do you do while these two are having that conversation?
I'm talking to Silva.
Sure, go talk to Silva. She says,
I am listening.
her palm is still bloody. And she says, another sibling of the fray. Would you?
Oh gosh, are you hurt? Do you want that healed?
No, I prefer to let them heal on their own. And you notice at this point, her palm is covered in scars.
Whoa.
And one of them is...
I
Yeah.
take out my fancy knife that I got threatened with,
It's bullshit, I'm not
cut
special.
open my hand, and I give her a firm handshake.
It's the that sort of a deal.
I give her a firm one of those.
Yeah, and so the warrior clasp.
Nice.
Yeah, she
And then
she clasps you and she says, "It is good to know you, blood sister. I am Silva Corno's daughter."
I'm Trish Caper. It's an honor to meet you and to fight with you.
That it was.
You
And
know,
then she looks at Helvig and offers the palm.
There's he's not thinking, but he's taking a step back, like, that's how you spread diseases.
What is that with all your people today? You just survived death by fire elemental and you're worried about getting a little blood disease?
Yeah, because when you fight,
You have
more
healing
things-
magic, I have seen it.
Oh.
they're a cautious bunch, but it's kept us alive so far.
Fair. I will not make anyone who does not wish it.
Oh, now that you say that, I have to
I
do
take
it.
no offense.
You know, I couldn't help but overhear your conversation before. And it got me
Yes.
thinking. Someone very brave said to me earlier today, there's no better way to die than defending your friends. And it seems to me like most of your friends are leaving, and they could use some defending.
They're going with the bandits. They go to a castle in the hills. No better place to defend.
A lot can happen between here and a castle in the hills.
Aye.
And I know I'd feel a lot better with you by my side.
And she actually just sort of snorts and says, "Enough with the reverse psychology."
Sorry.
Fine, you make a good point. We can always come back, rebuild. Take the time and the help when it's offered. And Olaf says, "Yes, this is also true. We follow you, Silva. What you decide, we decide." And you notice that they also have cuts on their palms. Not recent. There's a scar. She's like, "Very well. We follow."
Thank you.
No. Thank you, blood sister. You make me see the right choice. And she gestures and her brethren gather themselves up and start helping. And they actually, two of them, Olaf, who's still on his feet, and Halfdan go to pull the cart. And they load Horace into it. Horace, who the ministrations of Shailaden has actually managed to restore back to life. Unless you guys would like to do or say anything to each other or to other people, we can move out. Mm-hmm.
Before we go, I kind of walk back to where the scene of the battle, where I had the as Trish put it in the recap, just the bad vibes, the sad feels and angry feels of the.
Sure. Make me an Arcana check.
10.
You can still feel some echoes of it. You also feel, you can also hear, the song is irritatingly familiar. It's the one from the dancing goblins, the dancing fire goblins. It's just the beat of it, and you can, it's very, very faint, but it's there in your mind. Just a sort of 8 bars of it trickle through your brain as you feel this sadness once again. It's nowhere near as powerful, but it's still, as you stand in the footprints of the first fire elemental, the first big boy fire elemental, you look at the scorched ground from the jet of flame from where Trish cut it. You can still feel an echo of its sadness. But you couldn't intuit the source of it.
Okay. Yeah, kind of just sit there and probably get hollered that we're leaving and then go.
I would like to hold Helvig's hand.
Sure.
Oh, Jude. You scared me there for a second. Are we going?
I think so.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Inside check.
Yeah, please do. And Helvig, you are deceiving her, I assume.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Nat
Yeah,
No, don't-
Helvig, so yeah, Jude, he's lying
I'm
to you.
not okay.
He is not okay.
He's not okay.
He is deeply, deeply disturbed by all of this. You
Helvig,
would, yeah.
Mhm.
you know that I'm a really good liar. But I
Sure.
have a story for you.
Okay.
Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
This one time, I told a lie to one of my brothers. I said that we had 8 loaves of bread that I had made for everyone, but I had only made 7 loaves of bread. And so when he came home and there was no bread left, he got very angry and locked me in a cupboard for 3 days. So when my loved ones lie to me, or I lie to them, bad things happen.
Is the takeaway from that story.
I feel like I feel like the takeaway from that story is your brothers are just terrible people.
Yes, of course, we know that. But what I wanted to say is that if you had something you wanted to tell me, I would not lock you in a cupboard.
Aww.
Can't say fairer than that, Helvig.
Thanks, Jude. I just don't I don't know if telling you will help me and I look around at the ash. And I don't know if you'll understand or believe me or...
I will always believe you, Helvig. Always.
You didn't believe me then.
Well, if you tell the truth.
I think that Jude doesn't understand a lot, but I will try. And if you want to tell me, I will always listen.
Okay. I want to confirm something with Nevermore, but I felt at the time when we fought here, I don't know if you saw, but there were like the big fire thing. I don't know what they're called. Had like, and I kind of will the fireflies to appear momentarily.
Sure.
Had these, but they were like angry and sad, and it's still around, and I don't know if that's why they're attacking or if like something happened to them. I don't want to help, but I can't.
I hug him really tightly.
Sure.
Helvig, we will help everyone. And if your little buggy friends are sad, we will make them happy too. Okay?
I don't know if it's my fault for some reason.
No. Why would it be your fault, Helvig?
Like, I don't know, when like Ash Barrow like got attacked by the Scorched Grove or whatever, and maybe like I shouldn't have taken this. Like, what if me taking it like disrupted something? And
Helvig,
yeah,
your story of the hero, right? What if he was not taking it but taking it back? What if you need to meet the bugs, the fire people? What if you are the key?
that'd be nice.
It would be nice. I think you have so much strength in you, and you can do whatever you want to do. You can set your heart and make changes, like I have done. And I will be one step beside you the whole time.
Okay.
Cool. Alrighty. Helvig, you feel 3 better. In fact, you because of we had Ragnar rolled me a d6 in chat. You regain one of your spell slots from the uplifting sort of friendship from Jude. Yeah, it sort of counted like a half of a short rest. Yeah, the bandits and the people of Crestmarch are moving out. Olaf and Halfdan have piled as much as they can of useful possessions, medical supplies, food, anything that can be shifted is basically taken with. The bandits have stripped the town pretty bare, actually. A lot of excess weaponry is all gathered up. It's not because they're being callous, they're just being efficient. You don't get a sense of that they're deliberately leaving this town defenseless because they're leaving it empty. The people are assisting them in it, and everybody is doing this for a good reason. So, you head out. The trek through the mountains you hear on the sort of grapevine is 3 or 4 hours. You'll probably be there around midnight. It's sort of just getting dark now. And you are fully within your rights to chat amongst yourselves along the way. But yeah, the caravan heads out. You join the rear end of it. You're probably in the back quarter. However, because you're not encumbered by as much, unless you decide to be, you do make slightly better time. But yeah, it's all much for muchness.
Oh, and everyone wants to carry as much as possible to help every... No.
Funny, I liked it.
I would definitely, at one point in time, sidle up next to Trish and just kind of talk quietly just to Trish. Trish, are you as nervous as I am about what we're about to walk into?
So nervous.
And do you know what's absolutely... I find it actually kind of funny is the fact that we're nervous for different reasons. You going back to an organization that you parted with, and me being the son of somebody who supposedly decimated them.
Yeah,
We're in deep shit, aren't we?
We might be. You know,
Is this what being like an adventurer is all about? This fucking sucks.
I think we might have made a terrible mistake with our life choices, yes.
Yes, but I mean, here we are, and here we go. Once more into the breach or whatever the crap they say. All I know is that I'm glad that's with all of you. And I don't care who you were before now. You're a friend. So let's stick together, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm glad I'm with you too.
At
Is
a
there any
different
chance I could clean you at some point in time? You stink. Sorry.
I'm fine. What?
It's mostly blood.
It's just your fur's matted and you look trash.
Thanks.
Oh.
You're welcome.
I blend in.
That
You
wasn't a
smell-
compliment.
At least I blend in. You look like a freak in this company.
Wait, hang on. It just kind of dawns on him suddenly. Oh shit, I'm quite dolled up, aren't I?
Yeah. Actually, do you mind if I smudge a little dirt on you, you know, for your own safety?
You know what? Go for it, because I can clean it off whenever I want. I'll even let you tear my robes a little bit. Go for it.
Ooh, all right.
One of us.
I grab 2 big handfuls of dirt and I smudge it all over you, and then I give your robe a like tasteful shoulder rip.
Not that! Oh, my arm's cold. Damn it.
Sorry.
The rest
Now
of the
you
walk,
fit
I'm just
in.
like, kind of like hand on my arms, shivering every now and then. Oh, chilly.
So,
Cool.
is that the conversation you wanted to have?
That's literally all I wanted to have. Yeah.
Jolly good. Does anybody want to talk to anybody else about anything of note, or shall we just proceed?
I'm just going to hold Helvig's hand the whole way.
Sure. Helvig, important question. You banished Pierre.
Yep, because I thought we were gonna die.
Fair. Legit reason to do that. Do
I
you
will
resummon it
him
or
in the during the
in the long rest?
travel.
Or in the travel? All right, jolly good. Cool. At a different part of the march, Trish, you actually find yourself walking next to Kral.
Okay.
And he has a quiet conversation with you. He says, been asking around. Apparently you are known to us, Trish Caper.
Yeah.
What brings you back into the fold? And he says it, doesn't appear to be malice. He's genuinely just curious.
Well, my friends and I spent a little time in Alderheart, and frankly, we're not happy with how they were handling things. The people there are so detached from the reality of the Scorched Grove. And I couldn't stay there anymore. I felt like I needed to get out and help people again. So that's what we did.
And now you're coming home. Trish, were you deliberately deceiving him, or are you just sort of spinning half-truths?
Half-truths. I'm not lying technically, but
You're a little bit.
True.
Yeah. I will tell you what. I will give you deception with advantage, please.
Okay. All right.
It was really good, but you were still deceiving him.
Only technically.
Yeah, technically speaking, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Do I have a +4? I could add that. I don't want to get caught.
You have a +4. You do have a +4. Yeah.
I'm gonna use that. I don't want to.
Roll a
He
+4.
scares me. I don't want him to find out I'm lying.
Yeah.
What's the four?
He goes,
Okay.
"Oh, good. Well, you're coming home now. Your parents will be glad to see you.
My parents aren't actually
Lars and Yvonne Caper.
Yeah.
Yep, they're at the crest.
Oh, good. I
Oh,
was worried.
shit.
I didn't know where they were. It's been so long.
They're, yeah, moved in with a bunch of people from their town.
Oh, good. Good.
So, as one bandit to another, the Corvin looks familiar. Anyone I've heard of?
Fuck.
Doubt it. No, just someone I met.
Yeah, well, thanks for your honesty. And he walks on.
All right.
So you travel for a few hours. The journey's slowed by the refugees of Crestmarch. Jude plays a little song and ocarina to keep everyone's spirits up. Do you do anything else to assist while you're traveling? Or we just continue on? Oh, AJ's frozen.
It's so cute though.
Beautiful.
Such a cute.
That or she is
Look at it.
committed as fuck to that particular face.
I would just help by the peer patrolling in disguise in case
Oh, sure.
like motion.
Clipboard. Yeah, cool. Around midnight, you round a bend and your destination is laid out in front of you. The crest is a true fortress, and though it's been here for centuries, it has clearly been modified and extensively added to recently. There are 3 layers of defenses, an outer wall that surrounds the whole thing, and then within this, a second inner wall rises up. This would seem to be the older section of the castle. The style of walls is quite distinct from the newer, far less finished style of the outer walls. So the outer walls are very much rough-hewn stone. This was thrown up in not a hurry, but it was done well, but not with any precision. This is functional over aesthetic, whereas the inner keep is actually really quite pretty, as castles go. The stone is all it's not local. That's how pretty it is. It's a blue-tinged stone that could not have been mined in this area. You can make out buildings within in a similar style. Oh, we've all shifted a little bit. Never mind. I'm only describing things for everybody. I do have a thing that I want to get to, so we'll have a break in just a little minute, but I'm just going to describe it for everybody. It would seem the older section of the castle and the style of the walls are quite distinct from the newer, less finished style on the outer walls. You can make out buildings of a similar style, and then above this, there is a peak, the peak fortress, which is built on, the peak that the fortress is built on towers over the lot, and you can just make out the line of torches marking a little narrow path up from the inner keep to the top of the mountain, where there's a redoubt that you can see up there. It's a very small inner keep, reachable only by that narrow path, which is also a very steep incline. As you reach,
numbers are we looking at? Sorry.
Oh, this place could probably house thousands.
Really?
Okay.
Scheisse.
You reach the gates. The castle walls at the gates stand over 20 feet tall, and you are sort of gestured to one side by Kral, who says, "Let's get these people settled first. That's my responsibility. Then we'll get you guys settled. Fighters like yourselves, we house you." There's a, what's the word? That's not him, that's me. There is a barracks, that's the one, yeah. We have a barracks in the inner keep, but we'd like to get the refugees in first. And he and several of his, like a good probably a platoon's worth of soldiers are, bandits, are waiting and just sort of guarding the rear as the final carts are brought through the gate and the final refugees are brought in. You do see Silver and Olaf and the others traveling in, but they seem to be that they're going to stay with the stay with the people of Crestmarch.
Everybody, keep an eye open for Kesh. She might be here. Kesh, she.
Right. As the last few refugees are ushered through the gate, Kral looks around himself and then gestures. It's a very simple gesture, just raises a hand. And all of the bandits around you point weapons at you. Shyla says, "Get their hands."
Well, that's Dan. I don't say anything.
Yes. I mean, what are we going to do? It's not like we're going to fight all of you.
Good. That would be wise.
We're
You
here
think
to talk. We're here to...
And who are you here to talk to?
Benna Seridan.
Yeah. There's no way in the 9 hells that I would ever let you see Benna.
You. So I'm guessing you figured out who I am then. Look, I am Nevermore. I am not Lazarus.
He punches
And-
Nevermore in the guts.
And I'd
really,
like-
really hard. Dracus Wizard, can I get a D6 in chat, please?
I'm not my father.
That's the only reason you're still breathing.
I'll take it.
I have a question.
Kral actually looks over at you and sort of like, and says, "What?"
I don't understand what is happening. Why are you pointing weapons at us?
Because I'm protecting Benna Seridan from you.
Why would you protect Benna Seridan? What would
I'm-
you do?
I'm glad you asked. See, follow me on this because it gets kind of complex.
Oh, no.
Either you are on the level and you genuinely believe that the council will live up to whatever it's promised, then you're just as foolish dupes as Benna. Don't get me wrong, the lady has smarts, but a bit of a blind spot where things that are too good to be true is concerned. See, I suspect she'd say yes to whatever you're here to offer, which I'm willing to bet some serious coin was extremely vague. Because though she pretends the noble outlaw, she'll take any chance at legitimacy. Or, option 2, and this is the really tricky one, so I hope you've been paying attention, and he punches Nevermore again.
Ow!
We've had that's a 1 from someone and a second one. Yeah, you only take 2 damage, but yeah. Or you were sent here to kill Benna, which, given your performance with Frey, and here he pauses. Oh yeah, I heard about that. And a look that might well be sorrow crosses his face. And you have to admit, from my perspective, that does look rather more likely, particularly given the company you keep. And he spits on Nevermore.
Did you take
I feel like that is a little unnecessary, sir.
We're just here to talk. You don't need to attack him like that. What's he gonna do? We're outnumbered.
Girl, if you knew what I know.
Tell me
You
what
would know
my father did.
exactly how necessary it was. Take them to the dungeon.
Can
I'm
I
down
ask
here.
another question, please? Just one more question.
And Shyla says, "What?"
Okay, so it's less of a question and more of a statement, but you do not know us. You do not know what we have done, and you do not know what we are here for. So you should figure that out while we are in the dungeon.
And he says, "Yes, I'll spend an awful lot of time trying to figure out the number of bandits you've killed in the last 2 weeks."
We have not killed a lot of bandits. You have killed a lot of people too.
He says, "Well, enjoy your time in the dungeon."
Will
And he
do.
walks away.
Do I see any bugs, Josh?
Yeah, there are a few bugs.
I will coax some to follow us
Sure.
to the dungeon.
Yeah, like 3. There's a mosquito, a fly, and I don't know, a beetle of some sort.
Great. I keep my focus. I don't say anything. Have a plan.
Somebody
well.
help me up.
Yeah, you are eagerly and none too gently rustled to your feet by a pair of servant guards.
Thank you.
And they take you to a dungeon. And there we will have a break, ladies and gentlemen, to collect ourselves and be mad at Josh.
Oh, there'll be some.
So we're gonna go now, and they're gonna tell me off, and we'll be back in 10. Chat, we'll see you there. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're having a fun time. Some good solid roleplay this evening. Meine Damen und Herren, thank you very much for joining us once again. And good evening to you. We are Humblewood and we are back. We are back. And some shit has gotten real, yeah? This is very real and very shit and very happenings. This is all of it is very good. So, where we left you, everybody had just been arrested, which is super lovely and good and nice. And yeah, a very gentle person called Kral has had a conversation with you all about why he doesn't believe any of you at all, ever, about anything.
He gave me tummy rubs.
He did give you a gentle pat on the tummy with his fist.
Yes.
So, we are one person away from 2,000 followers, which is rather exciting. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us continue. You are taken to the dungeon in a not rough. Oh! Has it happened? Has it happened?
Hey!
Ayo.
It has happened.
Yeah.
X2.
I think it's Christopher.
Christopher Prime. Christopher Prime. I like it. That's clever. Congratulations,
Like
Christopher Prime. You are the
Xmas.
second. You are the 2,000th follower of Roll for Damage, which is pretty cool. Let's be honest. I was in the 700s. I did it before it was cool. Yes, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of our subs, all of our followers, everybody who supports us on our social medias, everybody who supports us on YouTube. It has been an incredible ride. And speaking as somebody who does Roll for Damage, not actually a member of the official Roll for Damage crew, though, it's been an awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and continue to do so because we're fucking cool and we love what we're doing. And you guys are fucking cool too for coming along and hanging out and enjoying our show. So let us continue. You are taken with little ceremony to the dungeons. You are led. So it's impossible for no one to see this, because as you enter through the castle gates, the lower level, the outer fortress, is pretty full of people. Oh dear, we've lost AJ again.
Uh-oh.
SpaghettiOs. We will just take a moment and just wait for AJ to get back. For those who have just joined us, the adventure today began in the town of Crestmarch, which had been brutally and viciously and not very nicely at all attacked by fire elementals. And these guys very, very bravely fought them off, even though there was very, very little chance of them surviving until all of a sudden Deus Ex Bandits arrived and came along and savored them just a tiny, tiny bit. But it turned out to be just a tiny, tiny bit of a reprieve, not so much of a save, because they came along and then they were like, hey, come back and hang out at our fortress, which conveniently was exactly where these guys wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
But then they kind of got arrested because they saw through their cunning ruse of, no, we just want to what?
No, I'm Mevanor.
Mevanor, haven't you heard? No one's never heard of Mevanor. So you're all going to get put in a cupboard. All right.
No, not the
We good,
cupboard.
AJ? We good?
Yes. Sorry,
So
I don't know what's happening.
No, that's okay. So you are brought through the outer keep. The outer keep, there is a lot of people. There is, they're all pretty raggedy. Nevermore can definitely smell. They're not overly clean. They don't appear to be malnourished or anything. And they're but there's people who have sporting injuries. There is a fuck ton of burns. Burns would be the primary injury of these people. Several, and in fact, now that I mention it, several of the bandits, and it's only when you really see it in this sort of mass do you really go like, holy shit, no, a lot of those guys, actually, a lot of the bandits we've met, it's about probably 1 in 3 bandits I've ever seen or met had a burn wound. Probably quite well healed, but yeah, most of them. Or at least a significant percentage of them. So anyway, you see this and they see you, but you are also being guarded by a bunch of people with Kral in tow. And yeah, no one really does anything or says anything about it. They were just like, yeah, we'll just leave that.
Am I gagged, Josh?
You're not gagged, no.
Then I'm yelling this whole time. And
Oh,
I'm
in which
saying,
case you will immediately be gagged.
Can I get anything out before I get gagged?
Sure, you can get out like one sentence before you get punched in the side of the head.
We just wanted to talk, and
Oh.
they're doing this. Okay.
In fact, no, you wouldn't. You would get a blow to the side of the head from one of your guards, and then Shyla says, "Please don't shout, or I will have you gagged."
You're gonna have to gag me.
Very well, gag her. And immediately, she's like, "That was your choice," and she says it quite loudly.
You're so brave.
This is not a brave thing. This is just no, I want you to be quiet now, please. These people are trying to sleep. And she takes you to the dungeon, and you are placed in the dungeon. Everybody gets to go in their own cell. Isn't that nice? So, yeah, I will even let you pick which cells.
Oh wow!
I am. So please
nice,
place
John.
yourselves in one of the 4 cells there. It should be fairly
The
obvious. Put yourself
furthest corner cell.
up. Very well, you do that. Nevermore voluntarily.
The
pick
boys
one
on
without
that
a
side.
bed. Bold.
See, I drew a little thing. Thank you.
There you go. Yep. Trish and Dude. Yeah. Lovely, comfy cells.
Right.
Oh, great. I get the one with the least amount of hay.
Yep. And you are the one, Nevermore. Like the rest of them, just sort of like the door is opened and a gesture to please go inside. And then when they are inside, they take your manacles off when you're inside. Like, don't need to be manacled anymore. You're in a cell. There we go. Jude, Trish, all of you have your weapons removed, but you can clearly see them placed in a chest over here, where I'm pinging on the map. They also do, Trish, check you for your thieves' tools, because they know who you are.
Great. Wonderful.
If you want to not let them find it, that would be a sleight of hand check.
Oh, why not?
Give it a go. You will need quite a high roll, because they are specifically looking for something they're pretty confident you have. That's pretty good. You know, I would say that you do manage to keep a lockpick.
That's gonna be
You just sort of slip that into your bushy, lovely, luscious tail.
nice.
Oh.
Sorry, Jude, you said a thing.
Is Shyla still here?
Shyla, as soon as you get here, she says, feed them in the morning. Kral will probably be in to talk to them in the next half hour or so.
Shyla,
Yes?
I thought you were nice.
And she says, and I thought you were here to help.
I was.
We are.
Then everything will be fine.
Potentially, it will
she
be
says-
if we get to speak to Benna.
She says, noted. I will see what I can do.
Thank you.
You have to understand, and I think try to see it from our perspective.
Oh, I already know my father's a fucking monster, apparently. I didn't think so. I grew up thinking he was amazing, and now I hear that he's gone through and he's killed all of you. And I understand the feelings towards him 100%.
She actually says, that's actually not what I'm referring to.
Oh, apologize. I'll shut my mouth.
Shyla,
No. You're welcome to, I mean, now that we're not outside and you're not causing a ruckus, you're welcome to speak. But, yes, just let me make my point, my paladin friend. You, specifically you 4, a hedgehog with silver spines, which I am... If this whole experience has not completely soured you to talking to me, I would be very interested to hear that story. You 4 specifically, and the son of Lazarus, a silver hedgehog, a gerbine in your manner of armor is unusual. Between the 4 of you and a mapatch with some skill with the bow, you meet the description of a group of adventurers who attacked and slew Frey Meriden, a well-respected member of the Bandit Coalition. You attacked her in a manner that was very much a head of the snake tactic, and then you rock up here looking to speak to Benna Seridan, the famous leader of the Bandit Coalition. And you were sent by the Orderheart Council, who Benna Seridan doesn't like. Can you see how this looks to us?
Can't argue with that one bit.
So, as I'm sure Kral will point out to you, if we wanted you dead, you would be. So, please let me try and sort this out. Yes, my friend.
Could you take the muffins in my bag to the parents of Sarah?
Sarah, do you have a name of the people I'm looking for?
I did.
Let me just...
Don't worry, I can help you. It's Sally and Rufus Carpenter.
There you are.
Sally and Rufus Carpenter.
Memory.
Oh, yes, I can. Thank you. I will preemptively thank you from them. And so she takes just the muffins from the bag or the whole bag?
Just the muffins.
Okay. She takes just the muffins. Oh yeah, because the other half's got money in it. And they haven't taken your money or any of your valuables. Just your weapons. Yeah. You did resummon Pierre, Helvig?
Yes.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't like follow me from the debacle. At least I would telepathically tell him not to.
Oh, okay, sure. So Pierre is still flying around outside.
Yeah, he's like just outside the dungeon building.
Sure. Can I get him to have made a stealth check, please, to notice that so that no one sees that you and he are related? No.
23.
Yeah, done. Fine, no problem. Yeah, he is stealthy as. Cool. So she says, well, please, and gestures you to your cells, and she says, I apologize for the state of the accommodations, but I promise you the refugees aren't getting any better. And then she leaves. And you are left with 3 dudes to watch out for you. They say, you're welcome to talk amongst yourselves, but try and keep it down. We're resting.
It's fair.
Thank you.
That was like, I'm talking, just instantly ignoring them, talking to the group now. That was like, I have to say, not often you're going to hear me say this, so please pay close attention. I feel stupid for not realizing that just exactly how much of a name we've probably made for ourselves with doing what has happened and getting in the positions we have.
Yeah.
Also, being punched in the stomach fucking sucks. That's the first time that's ever happened to me.
Hey, Nevermore, can you I'll try and lean through the bars. Do I see him?
You would not be able to see him because he's in his own cell, but you would be able to maybe, you simply can't get an angle to see into it, but if he stuck his arm out through the bars, you'd be able to see it.
What is it, Helvig?
Do I need line of sight for this?
Oh, snap.
It doesn't look
Serum 76 just tipped 50.
Oh,
20.
So you all have a coin.
Congratulations on
yeah.
2,000 followers.
Oh, shit. You know what that's also done? We are now less than 20% away from a harrow.
Don't harrow us while we're here.
Josh, I'm feeling too many things right now.
I would hate for a harrow to happen tonight. That would just be awful. Because if it doesn't happen tonight, it'll happen in the Academy of Xandar, almost for definite, for realsies.
No!
No, that would be horrible.
I would like to use.
Josh preloading gun serum. He says with his most evil smile, yes. Oh no. We wouldn't want to harrow the ep before last. Oh dear.
In the end, folks, we came here to do the right thing.
Yep.
All of us did.
Yep.
Okay.
What more can we do at this point in time? We're in the position we are. We need to just keep moving forward with what we have.
I'd like to use one of my healing lights on Nevermore.
Oh, woo! Thank
So I
you.
don't need to see-
Yeah, your tummy
Really
doesn't hurt
see
so
him.
much now.
Oh, good.
They just fly over to his cell.
Yeah.
Dude!
Actually, a cloud of fireflies leap from Helvig's outstretched arm and sort of surround you, Nevermore. And you feel a little invigorated, and your tummy doesn't hurt so much.
Thanks, friends.
Thank you, Helvig. Jude, you're quiet. It's weird. Jude's never quiet. Jude, what's going on?
Nothing.
That doesn't sound like nothing. It sounds like you're crying.
Nevermore, you can actually get a line on Jude unless she is hiding from you. You can see her.
I
And
see
Helvig can
Jude as
definitely
well.
see her. Yeah.
Dude is under the bed.
Aw.
I kind of like I go to the bars of my cell and I kind of like lean or like put my tummy down and like be on the floor so I can see Jude in the cell. I make a minor illusion of a friendly muffin in Jude's cell with like a cartoon animated muffin.
If I see that, I'm gonna make a prestidigitation of the sound of an ocarina tooting.
It,
To kind
it
of
holds
like-
up a sign
And
that
it kind
says
of and the muffin's like
Who wants a muffin?
Okay, guys.
Kill me.
oh, it's so cute!
It is unfortunately incorporeal.
it holds up a sign that says, "You want to tell me what's wrong?"
Dude cannot read.
And then it flips over. It flips over, and it's a question mark. Same
also
thing,
doesn't know what
because
that
she
is.
can't read, and I'm just thinking there, like, I'm forgetting something.
Jude, talk. We're allowed to talk in here. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up?
Dude doesn't like small spaces.
Oh no.
Oh, Jude.
Terribly gotten into a smaller one.
But Jude is brave, and Jude will not complain because Jude is in jail with her friends.
Oh, you're totally justified in complaining. This fucking sucks, but
Yeah.
there's nothing we can do about it at this point in time.
All right.
So complain away, but
I
endure.
do
I complain all the
'cause-
time.
I'm still sus about the gods being like, oh, it's fine if you can talk and we can't hear you, but I do a minor illusion on the floor. No. I do a minor illusion. I see Trish's cell, right? I kind of
well,
point
exactly.
to
Trish yourself. Yeah.
I kind of point to the back of Trish's cell so she can see that I'm pointing at it. But I put a minor illusion of something that says like, I think it can get us out of here.
And then I subtly take out my lockpick and I show it to Helvig, just so he's got that in his plans.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
Oh, I coaxed one of the beetles that followed me in. I kind of point at it. Nevermore can't see, but like, and then I put in behind Trish's cell and say, I can send a message to Benna.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Do it. I nod vigorously.
What are you nodding at, Trish? I mean,
You see the thing?
I can
It's
see
on-
it as well.
Yeah, you would
It's
be
on
able to see
Trish's
it.
wall, back wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In that
Give
case,
me
yes.
that.
Okay, thank you.
So at this point, the door is opened, and
It goes away.
you can't see it, but because the door is it's actually a staircase down, and it's in the top corner. But you hear fairly heavy footsteps, and then you hear, "Can I get the room, please?" And it's obviously Kral. He comes to. Hang on, let me just get him. This is Kral. He comes to stand about there, and one of his mates, the Jobin, comes up and gives him a stool, and he says thanks, and then gestures to the doorway, and the three of them leave. I'm not going to bother removing them, but they do leave, and he sits down in front of Nevermore's cell, and he says, "Do you want to know how I got this scar?"
No.
I suspect you're going to tell us anyway, and let me guess, it's probably my father, wasn't it?
Oh, without context, it's not. I didn't choose this life. I was an honest man with an honest job. I was a caravan guard, actually. After a while, my kid starts talking about joining me. Noble profession. Good thing to do. And I taught him well. So one day, we were attacked, and I know this is sort of funny in retrospect, by bandits. Not a big deal, actually. As not nearly as much of a big deal as you'd think. They weren't up to much, and we were in the process of fighting them off. And we would have managed it, thanks very much, when Lazarus and his band of merry murderers come storming in. Now, see the scene as he saw it. Caravan attacked, bunch of dead guys, no one wearing uniforms, who guards don't wear uniforms. And the last guy on one side is on his knees with a blade at his throat. Well, Chappie on the ground begs for help. And your daddy, he attacks, full on, blind fury. The moron doesn't even stop to establish who is who. Of course, he does later, once the blood stops flowing. But by then, I'm down 3 good friends, a perfectly good eye, and my eldest son. And you know what the bastard said?
Tell me.
Rule 22. Everyone's guilty of something.
Fucking monster.
You see, he was on retainer from the council as a peacekeeper, which was their way of keeping the local adventure population occupied and out of the major cities. I brought charges. I tried to deal with it, tried the legal thing. He doesn't even get a slap on the wrist. Said, the swirl of the melee. Unfortunate mistakes are made sometimes. Very magnanimous. The prick offered me money. Like that could pay for what I'd lost. So I hope you can see, young man, why I thought I might have difficulty believing anything the spawn of that creature might have to say, particularly where it pertains to the Bird Folk Council. In fact, consider how lucky you are that I don't buy into the whole eye for an eye thing. We'll never say never. More.
May I interject, please? Just as you didn't choose this life, I
Didn't choose to be your dad's son.
Correct.
No.
However, I get to choose how I act. And I, as much as it fucking pains me to say, am not at all responsible for what my father's done.
No, I'm not
No.
claiming you are.
And I appreciate the insight you have there, but you have lost so much, and there's nothing I can do to replace it. And if I could, I would, but there's nothing I can do. And you're justified in feeling the way you feel towards me. But all I would say to you is that, firstly, I am not my father, I am my father's son. And secondly, look across just there. I'm traveling and friends with somebody who was part of the Bandit organization. You know this now. I'm not telling any secrets. Sorry, Trish, but I can't see my father ever having done something like that. Make of that what you will. But I'm not my father.
That's fine. So, yeah, and I acknowledge the punch. I apologize, actually. My emotions got the better of me.
I hope my father felt it.
So do I. But, I hope you're smart enough to understand that if I wanted you dead, you'd be dead.
Oh, I'm incredibly smart. Sorry.
Good. Then I hope you can understand this.
Mm-hmm.
Your words are that. I have nothing else to judge you on but your actions. Your actions thus far, the four of you, have been regardless of what your paladin friend over there said, the not small amount of bandit blood you've shed, including one of our more illustrious, she was hot-tempered, but well-known leaders, dead at your hands, and I'm not hearing any, I didn't do that, out of you.
Can I tell you a story, since we got to listen to yours?
We're sharing.
We were in Alderheart a few days ago, and we were sound asleep, and there was a terrible commotion outside, so we all run to see what was happening. And what we see was a bunch of innocent people being attacked. Now, I understand you have your motives, and I totally respect that you're trying to help the people out here, but those were innocent people you were attacking, and we couldn't stand by and do nothing. When we attacked Frey Meridan's people, we gave them every chance to surrender. We didn't want to kill anyone. But from where we stood, they had attacked and killed innocent people, and we couldn't stand by and do nothing. So yes, we killed Frey Meridan, and I'd do it again. But we didn't want to. We were just trying to help.
And at this point, I respect that. First up. And at this point, it's really a he said, she said situation. You've come here less than completely honestly. And I'm just saying this from what I can see. And he stresses the see in that he's half blind. And what I know, because it's factually true. So, we're at a bit of an impasse. I'm not going to kill you, nor will I have you killed.
Thank fuck.
We have a few things that are going on in the next few days. for which I cannot spare any manpower. However, I cannot allow you to remain here. After a few days, you will stay in these cells. You will be fed and watered. I'll even allow visitors if you want. If there's anyone here you want to see your parents, they can come down and see you. They will be told why you are being held, honestly. And you can confirm with them what they have been told. And choose to believe whatever they choose to believe. Any other friends? I understand you have asked to speak to the carpenters or something along that lines. If you're wanting to speak to them, fine. In a few days, a week at most, there's no secure timeline. I'll have you taken away from here, far from away. And, provided you do not return, we've got no beef. I can't trust you for exactly the same reason, as far as apparently you are concerned. You can't trust me, except that I'm the one with the jail. I don't want you dead. I don't want anyone dead. And it would be hypocritical of me to say sometimes unfortunate things happen to good people, because unfortunate things have happened to good people. So, please do me the favor of not trying to leave.
I just have one more thing I want to say to you. For what it matters, I am going to dedicate my life to making up for the pain that my father's brought.
For what it matters, I appreciate that. I genuinely hope it's true. But I've been burnt by trusting to hope before.
Thank you for your mercy.
It's not mercy, boy.
It is. My father wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't even be in here if I was abandoned and my father had grabbed us. So you, thank you.
Sir?
Yes.
I think you're making a mistake.
Enlighten me.
I think you have 4 very good warriors in here that can help with the fires and the death. And you choose, out of your own damage and pain, to ignore that. Doesn't matter where we're from. We want to help. And we never said we don't trust you. You just simply do not trust us.
What? Well, to that, a valid point. And when you're released in a few days, there is nothing stopping you from going and doing something about the fire and the death. Trust me, there is plenty to go around.
Why do we have to wait a few days?
Because I don't have enough men to spare to take to guard you while you are taken away from here. In a few days, I will. This, I swear to you. You will be free within a week.
Where are you going to take us?
Wherever you want to go, really, as long as it's far away from here. I'll have my men
Spa.
take... What?
Spa.
I'll have my men take you half a way back to Aldahard if you want. You'll have plenty of time to discuss it. You won't see me again. If you do, we may have a problem, but I will not be coming down here again. So if you have anything left to say to me, you say it now.
Thank you.
If you're going to kill or hurt more people, just remember that is more people that could help with the problem.
I'll remember that. I think your friend here is operating from a misguided premise. And I
Is
don't
he
think
talking
my
to
act.
me?
Yeah, he's looking at Trish actually.
Ah, Trish. Okay, sure.
But meaning Jude.
Got it.
It's like, and there isn't a damn thing I can do to say that's going to change her mind. If there's anything that can make this more comfortable for you, aside from letting you go, let the guys know. If it's within our power, and obviously doesn't detract from the quality of life of the refugees we're caring for, it'll happen.
Can I go into Trish's cell, please?
Yeah, he says, looks at Trish and says, all right with you? Fine. Makes no difference to me.
Can I have the mattress?
Sort anything out with the boys. And he leaves.
Boys.
The boys do come back. I've literally named them Nameless Peon 1 and 2 and Nameless Bird Guy 1. And they come back in. And they say, the Jobeen says, the boss said, the Paladin's going in with you, and looks at Trish, says, yes. Cool.
You're muted or something like. You're not muted. You're just very quiet.
But
Yes.
yeah, they
Yes, there we go.
they transfer Jude over into Trish's cell, and then they transfer the mattress to Nevermore's. So the two people who don't have a mattress are the ones sharing a cell.
Can I have Helvig's mattress?
And they say,
No.
Just no.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Cool. So, yeah.
We were able to talk to people, correct?
Yeah, you can talk to
Yeah.
each other, you can talk to them.
First, I cast Animal Messenger
Sure.
before the night's over.
Yeah. This is considered to be a long rest if you are not doing anything beyond sitting in a cell. You went in about midnight. Yeah. So you cast Animal Messenger.
Yep. I will link it in the chat.
Yep, cool, thank you.
I specify. Oh no, I have to describe. If we were told about Benna Seridan, I described Benna Seridan from the information I had from the.
Yeah, I'm now trying to remember exactly how much you've been given, because she's basically been described to you, I think, as a servant woman, maybe with an injury. So it is, you specify a location which you must have visited, a recipient who matches a general description, such as a man or woman dressed in the uniform of a town guard. Okay. A red-haired dwarf wearing a pointed hat. I would need a little bit more specificity than a servant woman with a,
It's okay,
a
but I would
wound.
know this, right? I just read it. I would know how the spell works, right?
You would know how the spell works. What
Okay.
you don't know is enough information necessarily about Benna Seridan.
Okay. Hey, can anyone tell me what Benna Seridan looks like?
The only person who might know is Trish.
Do I know? Can I tell
Make a
you?
history check.
Alrighty. History check.
Yes, you have. You've never met the woman, but you have, because we've established you left the coalition before she joined it. Is the real trick. In fact, you are where Helvig gets the description from. It's not much more than what he already knows. You know that she...
Sorry, you go.
You would know that she is a military leader, so she may well be wearing armor. She also was wounded in the fires, but you wouldn't know the specifics of where.
Well,
she's not. You would know she's not a pronghorn servant. There are two kinds of servant. There are the ones with horns and the ones without. Basically, she is the second.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have a suggestion, if I may. Well, I'm going to say it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about you just ask somebody here what Benna looks like? You know, like one of the people that we're supposed to be talking to, like the carpenters or whatever. I'm sure they'll be like, oh, you brought us word of our child. Who tell you this one random thing?
There are 3 bandits in the room with you.
I was like, that'd be great, but...
No, they won't help me.
I think everyone who visits us gets told that we murdered that one person.
Yes. Okay.
But I don't know if we could ask Nameless.
Nameless Peon 2?
Nameless Peon 1 or 2, or Nameless Bird Person to...
You could. They could.
Excuse me.
And yeah, Nameless Peon 2, who is the Jerbine, sticks his head around and says, yeah.
Is it true? Is it true that Benna Seridan is like 7 feet tall?
Yeah, probably about that.
7 feet tall. Insight check.
Wait.
Insight check.
Okay,
Yeah.
Can we play a game?
We're gonna need. Yeah, all right. Tell you what, Firewing Mamba, make up a name for Nameless Peon 2, please. 14. Yeah, he seems legit. He's like, it's very much. This is a Jerbine, so he's like 2.5 foot tall. And he's like,
of course.
Yeah, probably that. Like three times my height, maybe a little more. Yeah, about that.
Cool. Anyway, that's my question.
I
There you
heard
go, I
she has a
helped
really
everybody.
nasty burn on her face. Is that true?
Yeah. So not on the face, more like ear. I think she lost an ear to it. She wears a bandage around her head.
Ooh, let's like
Jimbo.
play Pictionary.
His name is Jimbo.
Like use a minor illusion, like conjure a minor illusion of what we currently think Benna Seridan looks like.
As in, so that this guy can say yay or nay.
Yeah. So first of all, it's like 7 foot tall.
7 foot tall. Missing an ear.
Can I get a deception check from Helvig? Because he's the one doing this.
Fuck. Please. Guide me, anyone.
Just remember you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yes.
Nothing.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
nothing.
you put it up, and he's like,
We're playing a game. That's all we're doing.
he's like, I mean, yeah, it's about right. The face is a bit off, but it's really hard to describe like how. But yeah, generally speaking, like, why are you asking?
I'm
Curious.
just bored. We're playing a game. I
Okay.
don't remember what you look like, so I just switched gears to continue the ruse. And then,
Me?
do you look like this? Because we can't see into the cell. It's no fun if I see you and I just repeat. I conjure whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you nail him. Actually, sorry, can I get an Arcana check? Like, let's see. Arcana or performance if it's better.
Oh, performance is better, but
Okay,
that's
do
a
that.
natural 11. Oh, do I have to roll again?
Yeah, all right. What would performance make it?
It would be 14.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you get it pretty close to that dude, that one guy, who you last saw moving the mattress from Jude's cell to Nevermore's cell.
Was this you or were you the other guy? Did I get
It's
it
like,
right?
No, that's me. Good job.
Oh,
Can I,
yeah.
Like, all right. So this sounds like a fun game and all, but can I, like, do you mind if I have a nap?
Sure.
Can you go get some people for us to talk to?
Like, it's like
midnight.
1 in the morning, dude.
Yeah.
Can you go get some people for us to talk to in the morning?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Like,
Great.
I'm probably won't be on shift, but somebody.
Do you mind? I'm trying to sleep. Thank you. And I'm just
Okay.
going to go lay down.
Sorry for
Judith,
keeping
like-
you awake.
Holding on to Trish's tail and just like staring at the Jobine male.
And he, it's okay. Is it a wet look that in any way invites comment or interaction, Jude?
I would assume so.
But in like a positive way, like you're terrified of this man, or you are interested. I can't, like, I'm not good with mouse faces.
Just general shock.
Okay.
Just like another male Jobine.
And
She's running
so
into
he would
many-
actually stop and say, "Is your friend okay?" And he says, "Hey, do you need anything? Can I get you anything?"
No.
Cool. Well, name's Jimbo. Shout out if you need something, but please don't shout out if unless you need something.
Oh boy, Jimbo.
That's what my friends call me. And apparently Filing Mamba. Cool. Catch you
All right.
around, Paladin.
Guess we're going to sleep then.
Good night.
Night.
Do you actually?
Sleep.
I first cast Animal Messenger before I go to
Sure.
bed.
Utilizing
that
that
person.
description of, yeah.
Benna
And
Seridan.
which animal firstly do you use? You've got a beetle, a fly,
A
and
beetle.
okay. And what message do you give her? I believe it can be 25 words. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. 25. This feels like it's the most important 25 words of my life.
Is it silent?
doesn't
no, it is
say.
not. It is
I speak. I speak
vocal.
a message.
Yeah, it's all three.
I
So
go
you
to
got to.
my
Can
corner.
you do a stealth check, please?
Oh, excuse me.
Ah,
Can
God.
Dude play a lullaby ocarina as a help action?
Yeah. Can I get a performance check, Jude? If it is above 12,
Dude,
this will
save
count
me.
as the help action.
Oh, I'm using that immediately. Fold upright. Thank you.
12.
I roll a d4. Oh, God, great. Thank you, though, so much.
Hey, look, that makes Jude's performance made it a 19.
Okay.
With that +1, which I will say is enough. Good job, everybody, including Bolt Upright. That's a good name. I like Bolt Upright.
Yeah. good name.
Yeah, Jude does that and nuzzles into Trish's tail, presumably. And yeah, you cast that. What? 25 words. This is quite important.
God. I'm gonna use extra words just because. Oh, I hate this. Miss Benna Seridan.
Lose the miss. That saves one.
But would Helvig
Lady
use
is a general.
Sure, Benna Seridan. We've truncations, saving words.
Yeah.
We've been wrongfully detained in your cells.
Sure.
Oh no. We just want to talk to you. We're adventurers. Full stop. Messengers.
Full
Don't
stop.
shoot the messenger, please.
That'll be 24 words. Please send help. Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
Thanks.
You do that, and yeah, it leaves. The night passes. unless anything else happens. Unless you want to do anything else. No? Okay. In which case, you probably get 6 hours. 5. It'll be enough given that you've already been only traveling and just, I'll count it as a long rest. So you do regenerate your hit points, regenerate your spell slots. But yeah, you are. Can I get perception checks from all 4 of you?
Oh god. Okay. Perception.
Hey, nevermore. Helvig, finally.
Hey,
Each cell contains at least one person who notices this. I love that Jude didn't. I think that's perfect. Jude is just so comfy on the floofy tail. You hear a bit of a commotion.
Ocarina. Oh.
You hear somebody in the room talking to the guards. And you can hear him. He's like, I have brought food for the prisoners, their breakfast, and food for you, gentlemen, as well. It's Olaf.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
All right.
And then you see a quite fancily dressed Hedge. He doesn't have silver quills. His quills are actually black. He also wears a beret. And he has a fancy jacket that is cut. It's basically like a reverse waistcoat. He only wears the front because the back obviously is open, so that his quills can come out. And he has pantaloons as well. The only other person you've seen in the entire Humblewood who has pantaloons. And he has strung across his back a lute. And you noticed as he came down, the strumming of it. He's not holding food. And he comes up to Nevermore highest. He comes up to Nevermore's cell and he says, "Good afternoon, good morning, my friend. You're in a spot of bother, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish to get out?"
No, actually.
Very well. Your friends, they are wanting to stay here as well?
I can't speak for them, but please go ahead and ask them. I'm not going anywhere.
Very well.
What
He turns over to Trish and he says, "Your friend here is willing to stay in the jail. I have this one chance to get you out, if you are wishing. Your blood sister sent me."
Could you give me just 5 seconds to talk to my friend here?
You have 1 minute until the charm wears off.
Thank you. Nevermore. Why would we stay? Do you have an
Because
idea?
The entire purpose of us being here is for us to get to Benna Seridan and organize peace. And us breaking out of a prison after talking to Kral is not going to accomplish anything at all. It's just going to make them think. It's just going to make them think even worse of us. We need to stay here.
Yeah.
I sent a message to Benna, I think.
We need to stay here. We need to.
I'm not sure if she
you know
got
what?
it.
I love all of you, and I am happy for all of you to go, but I'm staying here.
What the fuck? Nevermore. Sorry, pardon my whatever.
No. We're staying as a group. I just wanted to know why we wouldn't escape now. Helvig, what do you think?
Well, I sent a message to Benna. I think we should stay, but I don't know if she got it or if it got... I don't...
Okay. You're my friends and I trust you.
I can try once every day.
And you, Olaf, reach Benna.
I am staying with the refugees, but I
Can you please get a message to Benna and ensure that Benna comes to see us? It is so important.
Very well. I will try.
Thank you.
Though I may have to leave because I have incapacitated your jailers. And
Go for it.
you, Nevermore, you can see the Mapatch sitting behind the table. You can just make out line of sight on him, and he is not asleep, but obviously in a daze. Just sort of, his eyes are unfocused, and he is just blurry eyes. And he says, "They will know what I did when I leave, so I will tell Silver, and she will tell for Benna. I will be needing to leave the castle now. The fact that you have stayed is possibly for the best, given what you have said. Best of luck, blood sister and brother."
Before you leave, our weapons are in a chest just over there. Could you bring me my knife?
Very well.
Okay.
And he hurries and brings back the really fancy knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "This one?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Very well. I do not actually have breakfast for you. That may well come later.
That's
Goodbye."
Bye.
And he says it with a degree of finality. He says, "Goodbye and good luck." And then he leaves.
fine.
And you know what? I think we'll call it there.
God, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, this whole time, by the way, if I'm awake, I'm can I druid craft Jude's room so that it like smells like it's outside?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Karen, you could have escaped. Oh,
That is
dear,
not.
AJ.
That is
Oh.
not
Less
what Nevermore
than
would do.
nearly 18% left. That's unfortunate.
Oh, no.
Okay, ladies and
Sarah would
gentlemen.
do this to me.
Thank you, Penhead. You're right.
Cool.
Escaping that would be counterproductive.
All right. Ladies and gents, that was fun. Thank you very much for watching and playing. We're going to do favorite moments. Chat, can I get some favorite moments? We will start with, who'd like to go first? Hands up. Hey, tell you what, I rarely do this. Who'd like to go first with DM moments? We'll begin with DM moments because I never do it first.
I'm going to jump in straight away. The way you played Kral, the story that you told with, the whole thing about everybody getting killed and then my father coming along, I was legitimately fucking moved by that. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
That was a highlight moment for me. And the way that you played him as somebody who actually listened, even though they probably didn't really want to. They didn't want to believe, but they still listened. So yeah, that was me.
I really liked just the whole surprise arrest just filled me with rage, and that was
Yes.
good. I just wanted to I was so mad, Josh. And I think that means you're doing your job well, so good.
That was gonna be my thing too, but I was more mad at myself for not seeing it sooner.
My favorite DM moment was the blood sister pact. But like you just being like, what did I do? Why do you guys keep bringing up
This was a
diseases?
really cool idea. Why the fuck?
It was
God,
really
I'm not
cool. It was just that
crossing the
everyone was
boundary with you.
apprehensive immediately.
Yeah, no. My favorite DM moment was utilizing Shyla as a counterpoint to Kral. And giving them that, allowing. I really enjoy like an evil villain who's evil because they're evil is boring and predictable and stupid. Everybody is the hero of their own story, and Kral is the hero of his. And yeah, I'm quite proud of what I've done with Kral. Kral is a character from the book, though he doesn't actually normally crop up this early. And so I have repurposed him because I think Kral is an awesome character, and I really, but the backstory's all me. So yeah, thank you. I'm quite proud of him. What have we got here? the finale is going to be hardcore. Yeah, that's I think the point. Yes, I'm trying for that. Favorite moment: Josh needing honey tea for the next few days. Actually, his voice isn't too bad. I had planned to do a Batman voice. I was going to do it as I am Grawl. No, that I can maintain that one. Grawl was incredibly well played, and the voice and everything. Loved it. Thank you, Newton Scan. The arrest was
with
such a
Firewing
swerve.
on the other thing as well. Firewing's comment. I loved
Love
your
to
work with the Scandinavian
villages.
You go.
Yeah, they're really endearing and loyal and fascinating characters. Yeah, they were fun. I wanted something different, and I wanted a voice I hadn't used before. And yeah, they're the good. Yes, this is fun. The narrative here was amazing. The three perspectives of the bandits is something you played really well, and I love that you gave it such a deep plot. Thanks, Veg. And that's coming from Veg as well, who does Eberron, and Eberron's plot is like knee deep. It's hectic. Yeah, Viking Mitch liking Scandi characters. The whole ep was great. Thank you, Tuna Snowwolf. Yeah, cool. Water deep. Yes, a little bit. Let's work our way along at the top. So let's go to Rachel. Rachel, what was your favorite self moment?
I liked getting to convince those villagers to leave for their own good. That was satisfying. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was such a good speech.
Oh, thanks.
That was going to be my one.
I was very much left with a Silver wanted to argue more, but there was really nothing to argue with about that. I was just like, yeah, shit. That's okay. Good.
You go, Helvig.
Okay. My favorite Trish moment is her spiel up to Crawl about like, you would do it again, but I did not want to. And I was like, yeah.
That was fucking strong. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I really liked the look on Trish's face, and I say Trish, I mean Rachel, but Rachel was in the moment of Trish. You could tell this was a Trish moment as well as a Rachel moment, when Nevermore goes, "No, I'm staying." The look on your face was like, "Say what? you fucking what?"
Are you sure, man?
All three of us are working on how to get out of here, and Nevermore's like, "Yep, that's fine. I'll just stay here then."
I loved the dirtying up of Nevermore scene.
Hey.
There was a lot
good.
of there were a lot of moments between definitely a lot of moments between Trish and Nevermore tonight, I feel.
These two, their relationship has gotten so deep, and I love.
And it's because of the difference that we had in the past, and knowing that we're both like similar in that we both care for each other, kind of thing. So but my moment in terms of tactically thinking for Trish was the cheeky sneaky cart repairs, allowing we're just gonna fix this cart up here, just listening into the conversation, so that was good.
Yeah.
There's always like it's either magic listening in or just kind of lingering around awkwardly, but no, you thought of the cart. A good move.
Trisha's got an actual, like, she's like, I don't have any magic. I'm like, you can basically magically repair shit very quickly. You can do some pretty cool stuff. Scrunchcraft is almost magic. But yeah, as you said, Mitch, the setting up of the two characters right from the very beginning, when you both told me what you wanted to be, knowing that there was going to be this dichotomy in the characters was so much fun. I really loved that. I saw it right from the beginning. I'm like, I'm gonna play with this shit. Yeah. Dan, a favorite rage moment? Have we had one?
I did. I said her thing with.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
I'll say it again because it was super cool.
Was good.
Yeah.
We have a couple. The dirtying Nevermore was great. Newton Scan. I love that you went with the restless character Trish can sometimes be, not shutting up when arrested and also wanting to get out of the jail at all costs. Yeah, the shutting up, even though it was like, it was like, oh, you will be gagged then. It was like, how much do I get out? Rather than, oh, I won't bother then. There was definitely, yeah, that's who Trish was, and you stuck with it. That's really cool. Yeah, good job. All right, Mr. Mitch, favorite Nevermore moment?
I feel like this session was the moment where Nevermore truly departed from any sort of desire to be associated with his father ever again.
Yeah.
Just the disgust that he feels towards what his father's been capable of doing, and the fact he feels guilty and remorse for the fact that he didn't know that about this man. So I think that was the big thing for Nevermore this session, is that I think in his head, he just kind of like twisted the key and threw it away, like locked the door and threw it away. Who knows? Maybe it'll come back when, this dream that I had comes to some sort of front. But for now, he's well and truly, he's no more Nevermore, son of Lazarus.
Ooh. I'm gonna get him first. I'm staying here.
Yeah.
And the logical reasoning behind it, that was just like, good, very good. That was just solid. I was just like, yep, no, can't fault his reasoning. And the fact that they all decided to stay with, that this group doesn't have a leader. There's, various times someone makes a decision, everybody else goes with it. There isn't a sort of, it's not that you haven't designated one, you haven't even needed to. There's been no urge. There's Nevermore is probably the brains of the outfit, but Trish is the street smart sense, and Jude is the heart, and Helvig is the healer, something we very much need. So that everybody has a role within it, but none of them are the leader except when they need to be. And all four of you at various points have just stepped up to do that, both in character and as players as well. And it's just been really, really cool. So that when Nevermore makes that decision, everybody else just says, yeah, no, there was discussion, but yeah.
I just read Dracos's one. Nevermore getting cold from just his shoulder being exposed.
Yeah. It's a bit of a wilting flower, yeah.
I agree with Rose that my favorite moment was also the refusing the Blood Sister pact, because and then it was so rude the way he shut her down. So funny.
No, I'm not going to be doing that.
No.
I appreciate
you took
the offer,
it back
but no.
anyway.
She did.
You're right.
And then you went ahead and did it. Yeah.
I liked our little heart-to-heart on the road, just talking about us both being really scared. That was good. Nice to have that
acknowledging
connection.
fear is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a spine chill when Nevermore said that he hoped his father felt the punch, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was solid.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got quite a few from chat. Nevermore did good today. Serum, Nevermore taking the time to stand up and announce that he is basically going to try and fix Lazarus's issues. Yeah, and the issues that Lazarus has caused. Yeah, Dracos Wizard getting cold from the shoulder. Nevermore talking with Kral was so confronting and moving. It was a great piece of character development. You are truly Nevermore of Lazarus. Yeah.
Give him the rubbish bin, veg.
Fave Nevermore refusing the Blood Sister thingy because it was dirty and could spread germs. I was a little disappointed that I was like, what? Where does no one want this? It's so cool. All right, Bolt Upright. Nevermore's decision to stay had to feel very gratifying for Josh as DM. Oh my god. Honestly, I was just, that was really cool. Actually, the other thing that was incredibly gratifying just to watch was I'm scared, so am I. That was, I'm like, oh good, I've made them fearful. Excellent. I've managed to place them in a situation they genuinely concerned for their lives. Good.
Sorry,
good.
I've got quite high intelligence. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm walking into a bandit camp and I'm the son of the man who murdered a lot of them.
The moment when Nevermore realized that he'd stuck out in the group, yes, it was such a small one, but it talks a lot about the brilliant mind stuck in patterns. Yeah. And I'm saying here as well for the same kind of reason. He's staying here for the same kind of reason. Vowing Mamba, I love that Nevermore was a little bit offended by being described as that guy running into battle with a stick. But also, it was super brave, I think was the other half of that description.
Leave your friends behind.
Yeah.
So-
Let us move to Dan. Dan, what was your favorite self moment of the evening?
I'll save the obvious one, but I actually found it weird when Jude was having trouble with claustrophobia, and Helvig was like did not really like notice at first, and then was like, oh okay, and then like with the muffin forgot that Jude can't read.
Yes.
But it was like, but behind it, it was
Can't
like
read.
he was focused in getting them all out of there.
Yeah.
And like consoling Jude was like, I need to get Jude like out of here, and this is like a temporary stopgap. There's like needed more long-term solution. So it was very focused in getting Benna's help with it.
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah. Anybody else?
Mine was the conversation with Jude about opening up.
Yeah.
That was really sweet at that moment. And seeing the emotion like clearly on your face of like the struggle that Helvig is in was just priceless. Like such good acting.
I'm definitely going with the very prior thinking and like thinking significantly in advance as we're getting dragged off to the jail cells to actually make sure that there are bugs available for you to cast a spell with to send a message. Like that was, I was like, what the fuck's he talking to bugs for in my head? Like in my head, I was like, why? And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh fuck, he's got talk with animals. Ooh, you know, that was smart. That was really smart.
Good
That's
game.
like knowing what your character is capable of doing. So that was great.
There's a lot of fight or flight, and I was like, oh no. I'm in trouble.
Mine, it's been said already, but when you were trying to comfort Jude was just like so adorable. Just like, we're all in prison and it's looking really grim, but my friend is sad and that's the priority. So I've got to do something. That was sweet.
Look at the two of you just holding hands on the road. That spoke volumes. Yeah, you could have done other things, and that's what you were like. No, this is what we'll do. That was really, really lovely. It's why I was like, I need to reward this. When the initial conversation between the two of you was happening, I was like, no, I need to reward this in some manner. They're standing next to a shrine to Gaspard. Yeah, I loved your reaction to the elementals, and no, I loved your asking about the spot. You went to try and find out more. You went probing for lore, but you did it in a super characterful way. And that I really enjoy that. I don't like lore dumps for lore dump's sake. That was really, really nicely done. You are there trying to figure out the fuck is going on. You're asking, I was like, hey, can I insight whether or not Kral knows what the fuck's going on? He does not. But yeah, just who you are. Yeah. Dan's brain is, you're in character, but you're also, Dan is trying to figure out what's going on. That was really good, really solid. We have a few in chat. Hashtag stopgap. That was me. I just thought I'd bring it up. The animated muffin was pretty adorable. Everybody enjoyed the animated muffin. Penhet really likes just all the roleplay. It was great. This evening was roleplay heavy, and yeah, it was good. Firewing Mamba maybe sort of almost cried perhaps a bit. Both the muffin,
elementals,
but also the second they got arrested, and he was like, are there any animals around? Not even considering a fight and maybe making a plan immediately. Yeah. Penhet, I did cry when Jude and Helvig had the talk. Yeah. Thank you, Penhet. That's nice to know. Outside of character, Dan, you do amazing at broadcasting emotions and facial expressions. That was incredible. Yeah, the quaver in your voice when you're talking about the emotions of the things that you've just felt. Yeah. Dracus Wizard, all the awesome Helvigs. The best for me was him boldly saying no of Nevermore when asked for his mattress.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that was just because of how like stompy Nevermore was during the first time. It was like, well, you know what? Never mind. I will take the mattress. And I was like, I offered it to you cleanly, not again.
Just me on two mattresses, like
No.
beautiful.
You're on a mattress and some hay. You're doing fine. Favorite Helvig, Showgirl, his open, genuine talk with everybody, beautiful acting, and genuinely great dialogue from the heart.
Thanks, Ro.
We also have a Showgirl one because she missed it. Favorite Trish, keep shouting. These people just want to sleep. Then gag me. Her soul is still shouting for her. She's like, I will gag you. Shush. Yeah. Let us last, but lucky last. Jude. Favorite Jude moment, AJ? I've got several.
I have a few today. It took an emotional turn.
It did.
But I think my favorite was just immediately going up to the leader and just being like, hello. Like, Jude is just so impulsive. It's between that or the talk with Helvig, but I think we've already covered that. That was goals for their friendship.
Yeah, friendship.
Absolutely. These two gentle souls who are both murderous.
I'm not murderous. Wait.
No, murderers. Murderers. You're both murderers. You've murdered people.
Oh, okay.
Like Trish and Nevermore definitely have too, but they don't feel nearly as bad about it.
Oh, God, no.
My favorite Jude, again, there are several, but it's actually two, but they are linked, and so that's why I'm getting away with it. It is the lore drop that Jude is that Jude was locked in a cupboard for making not enough bread, and then later on being terrified of small spaces. Interesting. That nice linkage. I need to ask AJ outside of this whether or not she planned that, or that was I think Jude was now claustrophobic. I also am fascinated that AJ got that Jude hid under a bed, a smaller space, because she doesn't like being in a 10-foot square cube. Which for a Gerbine is probably quite big.
I think it's more the isolation.
Yeah, and the being locked in.
You're locked in
a place you cannot leave. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Sorry,
Less
somebody
than
else.
5 is more the barrier.
I really liked when you said to Shyla, I thought you were nice. That was just so cutting. It was great.
Yeah, I genuinely was like, ow.
Oh, she deserved it.
I can't
Beautiful.
not respond to that. I have to say something to that because Shyla is not a cow.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a bit of a rock and a hard place, but yeah, that was really nice. That forced me to react. Yeah.
I will go with two things. First of all, right at the very, very beginning, was the sass that we all copped, given that Helvig and Nevermore and Josh interrupted the recap, and then Jude pointed out very diplomatically that that Jude just sat there quietly. So that was funny. It was like before we even started the session that was happening. But I also personally I liked that you came to Nevermore and threw something back at him that he and the group have thrown at you. And that was the whole, like, you don't have to do something that you don't really feel like you want to. And I like that kind of came back around at Nevermore from Jude. So, because it shows Jude's learning and listening.
Jude is a sponge for information and emotions, and muffins.
Muffin sponge.
Is that it? We all good?
I had the few for Jude.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just shoot at them because I want to say to everyone. At first, every time Jude is like, or when Helvig is like on the down, in a down state, and then Jude is like, I'm gonna tell you a story to cheer you up. I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be.
He's all monstrous.
Is it gonna be a diamond today, or is it gonna be a pile of shit?
It's like, that didn't make me feel better. That just made me feel sad for you.
You.
Your family are awful.
So terrible. But I think aside from also being onto Helvig's tendencies for martyrdom and being like, I want to help my friends, but I don't want to stress my friends out of my problems. I'm going to help my friends. Being onto that, and also just, you almost made me cry when you almost cried for the claustrophobic thing. And I was like, I'm going to help. Fuck you, AJ.
Right. I was like tearing in the chat.
I
Yeah.
had tears in my eyes a couple times tonight. It was
It was really impactful.
it was moving this
Yeah.
this entire session. So
We have a few from chat. Dracus Wizard, favorite Jude moment was hiding under the bed in the cell due to PTSD. Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. Jude needs all the love and blankies. Favorite Jude moment was her conversation with Helvig about opening up. Possum 718. Thank you, Possum. Yes, absolutely. Favorite Jude, I hate confined spaces. Decides to get under bed. Even smaller space. Go figure. Yeah. We've discussed. Yes. Firewing Mamba, trying to pick one others haven't. Jude sticking it to Krull in the arrest scene was pretty badass. Yeah. I was like, can you stop? I'm just trying to arrest you. No, that was really good. And it forces, like, fortunately, I knew everything about Krull, but it did force me to go like, okay, fine, bitch. You want to know? You want to know? And she just didn't take it. She was like, nah, fuck you. Yeah, you don't know us. It's like, I actually do quite know you quite well. I really like the moving cell to cuddle Trish's tail. Yeah. Heck, look, if you knew there was a comfy tail bed next door, would you want to sleep under a bed? No. Helvig Jude dynamic was epic. Yes. Everyone is great and had great moments, but Jude is the MVP. Penhead. Wow.
Ooh.
I don't know who you are, Penhead, but you just alienated 3 other players.
It's on. It's a competition now.
I'll see how it
We
is.
all
No,
must
I-
be
I
the
get it.
most emotional.
I get it. No, it's fun.
No, it's okay.
It's all good.
No, thank you very
Team.
much, Penhead. I'm glad you've enjoyed.
Yeah.
You know what else starts with P? Penhead? Pleb.
I'm glad that's where you went. Thank you.
I'm glad that's where you went to. I was thinking of another P word.
Amazing, guys. Thank you so much for joining us in chat. It has been a fantastic session. The penultimate, that also begins with P, session of the Humblewood. Next week, join us for the finale, where all the shit gets very, very real. So we're gonna say goodbye now. Everybody, please. We'll work our way backwards. AJ, tell us a little about yourself and where we can learn more about you.
Hi, I'm AJ Winters. You can find me here at Roll for Damage, where I am in 2 amazing shows.
Wait, what's the other one?
The Academy of Xander. The Academy. The Academy is on Thursday nights, and it's my first live stream DM role, which I'm really, really, really enjoying. And this week is going to be a doozy of an episode. So make sure you tune in on Thursday, because my players are not ready.
Because of the Harrow.
Yeah, the Harrow's
Potentially
coming.
as well. Serum's on to me.
He knows what he's doing. He
Stalking
knows.
me. So many Harrows in Academy. And you can also find me on Instagram, where I post all my creative stuff, and will be updating you on a few awesome little secret projects that are coming out. So follow me on there to keep up to date with all of that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Dan, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I am Dan. I am I lurk the web, and therefore you cannot find me much on social media, because most of what I do is in the For Real's Life meet space. But I am D-Rep in Twitch chat, as well as on Roll for Damage's Discord. You should just come hang out. Plenty of lovely people there. Bunch of arts, bunch of cute little animal photos of people's pets. It's great. And keep finding me here probably next week for the finale of Humblewood. I hope to see you there and keep loving each other, please. It's no tough time.
It's got a lot of love.
Love
Got a lot of
around.
love. Big fucking Mitch.
Everybody, how you going? Thank you so much for being here today, tonight, whatever it may be for any of you. This was probably one of my favorite D&D sessions to date. That I know that's a huge call, and I'm not just talking about like Humblewood. I'm talking one of my favorite D&D sessions to date, because these players and the DM, it's just so easy to just be in character the entire time, and what happens in this game to me is D&D and role playing, and I fucking love it. So I just needed to get that out there. But I'm Big Viking Mitch. You can find me on Twitter. You can also very soon likely find me on Twitch as well at Big Viking Mitch as well. I've missed Twitch, and being here on Roll for Damage has made me want to be back a little bit more. So, but I was playing Nevermore tonight, and I'll be playing Nevermore Monday next week as well. And it is just Nevermore, and it is no longer Nevermore, Son of Lazarus. Thank you.
That's solid. I love that development. That's fucking awesome. Rachel, tell about yourself.
Hello. My name's Rachel Foucault, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Foucault for stupid jokes and things. I also have a podcast called A Beginner's Guide to the Occult, which is about a supernatural investigator who is really, really bad at her job. So you should listen to it. It's fun. And I'm terrified of what's going to happen next session.
But you're in control of that.
Oh, yeah, I feel in control, Josh.
Oh, good. Yeah.
But Rachel will be together.
Yes.
We'll stab Josh's
you mean
plans in
that
my
session? I
spikes.
thought you meant the podcast. I was like, you write the podcast. You have complete control. It's like me being scared of what's going to happen in the next session. Rachel also has a fringe show coming up in the new year. I don't know how much we're allowed to tell people. Tickets are on sale, so I presume we're probably allowed to tell people. The what's it called? B-Plot Girls.
B-Plot Girls.
We'll be at the Girls' School Fringe Hub at the first 2 weeks of Fringe. AJ's Box will be at the... I'm not even kidding. That's the name. She chose it. She knows what she did.
Dropped any information about it, Josh. You can't just yell out AJ's box out of no context.
Yeah, I can. Watch me. That will also be at Fringe. The final week of Fringe.
AJ.
Yeah, come see AJ's box at Fringe.
And the rest of it. No, it's honestly just a box. What? You guys are weird. I, ladies and gentlemen, am Josh the Pirate. Now, it's a bit of a special day for me because I would like to wish my lovely wife, Karen, who is the mother of bunnies in chat and plays V on Thursday nights in the Academy of Xandar, a happy anniversary. And I'd like to thank her for 6 magical years of marriage. She is the light of my life. I am very fortunate I married my best friend. It is she who cuddles me when I've had a bad stream, which is very rare with this lot, and gives me advice when I need one. In fact, she has given me a bit of advice for this session, so she's partially to blame. And you also all actually owe her a thank you because she had to, because of technical issues, not have 4 hours of our anniversary together because I had to spend it prepping for this session because, problems. But anywho, yes, ladies and gents, boys and girls, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I am Josh the Pirate, and I have been your humble DM and storyteller for this evening. If you enjoyed my face and voice tonight, you can find me over on Game On Australia on Friday nights for the Eberron game where I play Melchizedek. With Dead Aussie Gamer, the dreaded GM, and Shrogril, along with our marvelous DM, Vegemite Dangerous. You can also check me out if you like my voice but you're a bit meh about the face. You can check out my podcast. I am in There Be Dragons. I'm one of There Be Dragons' crew, and I play Scan Felspars, the infamous and dreaded pirate, and his little dragon Crush in the There Be Dragons podcast. I also do have a fringe show because, we're spooking them. Come and see Paparotica at the girls' school the first 2 weeks of fringe. Paparotica Sexcapades, because it's
I like we're scaring people.
Yeah. We do other stuff. Who knew? We're all performers. Deal with it.
It's
Okay.
all very sexual sounding though. So
Because Josh's is.
Paparotica is sexual.
It
Yes.
is.
I'll be honest with you about that one. The other two, not so much. If you choose to misinterpret the name AJ's box, it's just a girl who has a box. Leave it alone. As in just a square cube. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. He plays Riker. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, guys. It's been a genuine pleasure running this game for you. I'm so excited for next week. Mr. Veg, will you kindly take us away for a raid? Yeah. Mm. It's on.
It's on.
It's on here, but I turned it off on stream because I'm a dingus.
Yeah, no, we were all listening to Veg say something really heartfelt and meaningful, and the chat's like, the fuck is going on? Yeah, we're all just sort of like,
Yeah.
He was basically
Alright,
just thank you
hang on.
all for being great. Carry on.
Let's just do this.
Yes, I was clearly saying something
Rewind.
helpful.
Don't say it
Yeah.
again. It was a beautiful speech.
Yeah. Say it again.
Hey,
It
Veg,
was.
Veg, can you just take it away and take us to a raid, Veg?
Veg, roll performance.
Yeah, hang on, I will. Give me a second.
DS what? 2020?
2020. There you go. 18.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, no, apparently not, though.
I perform well, sir. Before I do take us for a raid, I just wanted to say a few things, and that is that I wanted to thank every one of you guys here in chat, everyone that shows up day in and day out for each of our streams. It has been a long 2 years since myself and Nova One started this channel to bring you guys some D&D out of Australia and now international, and we do it because we love D&D and we want to share that with you guys. And now we do it with these amazing performers here on Humblewood, on Academy, on Goa, and on TSA, and we've got more in the works. We're always looking to bring you guys more entertainment in this format, and we couldn't do it without your support, and I, for one, love that. It is something that I never thought I would be able to achieve, and set out with the idea of doing it as a hobby, and now I sit here literally my weeks eaten up organizing D&D for you guys to watch, and I love it. So I wanted to thank you for your continued support before we do go off and raid someone. And tonight we actually have the pleasure of raiding people that used to raid us when we were small. And it's actually friends of ours who we all met on the weekend. It's
Nerds.
Tom and Beck from Nerds of the West.
Still playing. Good.
They're still playing. Yeah, so we're going to go raid Nerds of the West. And we're going to chuck all our love from our channel to theirs. So please join us on this one. They're actually playing a picture,
heads
a dark
right
picture
now.
anthology, the new co-op version, which is amazing. They're two giant heads on screen. It is amazing to look at. So come along with us, chat with them, tell them how much you love what they're doing, talk to them about D&D because they're also giant nerds just like us. And we'll see you guys, if not Thursday, if not Friday, Saturday, for the Scales Above. That's Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. WAST or 9:30 p.m. EST Friday night if you're in the America, for Scales Above, which is Nova One's game where he's returning, and we have a big. Am I allowed to say this, AJ? Am I allowed to say it?
There's going to be a little hint tonight. There's going to be a little hint tonight on social media. So if you're a sleuther, you might be able to sleuth your way into finding out a clue about Saturday's episode.
Yeah, there is going to be something big. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. It is massive.
Okay.
And we would love for you all to be there. So please, if you're a morning person, come and join us. If you're not a morning person, double down on that. Please, I will drink so many coffees just to have you there.
Okay.
Don't
see how that helps.
I'll be there. Nova One will be there. Paradise RPG will be there. Whistle While You Work will be there. And Wonders and Blunders will be there. So come join us. It's going to be absolutely amazing. They are carrying on after their Halloween special where nearly 2 of them died. It was great.
Who hasn't killed people, particularly Nova?
Yes, indeed.
There won't be a Haribo.
All right. We will say goodbye now and go and raid Nodes of the West.
Yes.
So guys, say bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye.